And we're back. I'm sitting here with the main man, the OG, Falafel Kimchi. I didn't know that would rhyme, bro.
Yeah, I know. It worked out perfectly.
Yeah, what's going on, man?
Just chilling, man. Just working, you know? It's crazy. Thank you for having me on the second episode.
Oh, bro, the people have spoken, you know? Loud and clear. A lot of people seem to fuck with this duo, you know?
Yeah, man.
And you're one of the original, you're one of the, literally the OGs. So I was like, yo, let's bring this motherfucker back on. I see you doing big things. I see him rocking that Mavati right here, man. This is my man right here.
Yeah.
Yo, I love it when you start seeing the people around you actually get like some success based on the hard work they've been putting in, you know?
For real. No. It's like...
You're one of the guys ahead in this content creation game.
Apparently, yani, I don't know. Like, it's still new to me. You know what I mean? So it's hard to, like, measure myself and be like, oh, I'm ahead of the game. I'm ahead of the curve now. You know? I don't know yet.
I feel like you are, you know, from where I'm at on the curve, bro. I'll tell you, I'm looking ahead, you know. I'm like, damn, Falafel did it again.
Man, it's tough. It's crazy. I think people need to chill out, you know? Like, people need to relax. I'm feeling that there's a lot of tenseness in the air.
Like COVID related, you think?
COVID related and the whole election going on out there.
Damn, Trump got the vid. Trump got COVID. What a beautiful story, huh?
Crazy.
Him and his wife. Which is funny because when Trudeau's wife got COVID, he didn't get shit, which means they never fuck. You know what I mean? They never touch.
Or they're wearing a mask.
No, his wife got COVID, bro.
Oh, yeah.
And he didn't.
Maybe he quarantined her.
Trump's getting Trump's getting in the White House. He's putting in that White House dick, you know?
Man,
they both got the vid.
Apparently, I heard they sleep in separate beds, but...
Apparently, they come together at some point in the night.
Exactly. There you go.
You know? He's like, I need to see my first lady.
How you been, though? How's... You know, great segue, yeah?
I like that. That's good. Man, chilling, dude. I just came home from London right now.
Nice.
Hung out with the fam.
Nice.
You know, ate those meat pockets. I feel like every culture has some variety of a meat pocket. A dough baked around meat. Everybody makes it.
We have, what's it called? It's like a dumpling style.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Same thing.
The way my mom makes it is like a pastry. Every culture I've seen makes it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, obviously you have a taste for the one your mom makes, bro. I was just eating them up. Watch Silence of the Lambs at home. Yeah. With my dad just chilling there, like half asleep, you know?
It's a classic movie.
Yeah. Oh, man. Anthony Hopkins that's one of my favorite actors, man.
I haven't watched that movie in years, so I gotta catch up and refresh my memory.
Do you fuck with Anthony Hopkins at all?
Yeah. He's like an OG in the block, bro.
Bro, like this guy's like theater level actor, man.
Exactly. He's been in the game for a while, so I don't know. It's kind of crazy.
In that movie, he plays like a serial killer, right? And it's I'm just looking at his acting. It's little things he does. He'll just like flare the nostril, like at the end of talking. It's just little things this guy does. I'm like, man, this guy's a fucking acting master.
You know that, like, how deep in character do you have to be to play that to play that role?
That's what I'm wondering too, man. He must have ate somebody, you know? Must have gone to like fucking Thailand or some shit and ate a ladyboy, right?
Yeah, like.
And I'm not talking about like a rim job. He ate literally the person just for the fucking part. Anthony Hopkins, that one, I think he's Welsh, and I think Christian Bale is either English or he's Welsh too. That's just that school of that old English actor. They go to the fucking bottom, bro. They go to the depths of themselves.
They're Welsh, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about Christian Bale, but I know Anthony Hopkins is Welsh as fuck. Why? You know, you're tugging at your chin like, what you don't fuck with Welsh or what, bro?
No.
You're like, oh, he's Welsh, huh? I knew it, that Welsh fuck. That Wally.
No wonder. Those damn people, Welshmen. No. I just never knew. That makes more sense. He's Welsh.
Why? Do you know any Welsh person besides him? Name one Welsh person.
I don't. There's a couple soccer players that look like him. They have the same like facial features or the skull.
And they're Welsh.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
Either that, or I'm just guessing and trying to cover up my.
Yeah. Okay. Yo, man, what the fuck? What's new with you, man? You actually moved to Mississauga now? You live out here?
Mississauga.
Hell yeah, man. Congrats on that. You found a place?
Yeah, it's actually pretty nice out here. Lots of Arabs, so it's good. But I'm getting spotted, man. I need to relocate.
Bro, man, don't act like you don't like it, bro.
But I need to relocate because it'll mess up a lot of your skits, like say if you're filming.
Oh,
and then, boom,
true.
Yo, Falafel Kimchi. Oh man, you just killed the skit right there.
Fuck, I actually didn't even think about that. Because you guys do a lot of, that's something I've noticed, that you do a lot of group stuff. You do a lot of you do a lot of recurring stuff with other content creators, which is sick. I love that shit. On my end though, anytime I try to pull shit off like that, it's always a scheduling nightmare, bro. I can't get artists all in the same place at the same time, man. I don't know how you do it. You always are with a group of people. I'm like, you know what it is? I bet you guys have to film everything while you're together, because God knows when the fuck that'll happen again. Am I right?
Yeah, it's not easy coordinating with a whole bunch of shabab, young kids, so younger. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They'll be like, yo, still, fam. I'm reaching this thing in Brampton. You're like, fuck, bro, the schedule.
Yeah. It's crazy, though. Yeah, I've just been filming. Every time I'm with these guys, I'll try to come up with some skits, TikToks, whatever. But that's just it, man. Just content creator. It's the life.
Bro, I wish it paid something, man. I wish there was a way for me, and I'm speaking personally here, okay? I'm looking at the hours I put into something, and it's like, because right now I was on Serb-Canadian, which is Canada's COVID welfare, essentially, which, by the way, Trudeau, thank you for that. I salute you, sir.
Thank you.
And we are continuing, and I'm waiting for the next step, the Canada Relief Benefit, to, push me through until the end of the year. Yeah, exactly. Oh, it's not over yet. But the point is, now that there's a gap in between Serb and this next one. So there's a blackout period of financial assistance. And I'm like, yo, I'm looking at all the time I'm putting into everything. I'm like, yo, I wish there was a fucking I feel like in the future, there's going to be a whole new platform where it's you create, and somehow I should create and have my rent subsidized, or some new way of thinking, to pay you for the effort and hours being put into something.
If we were American, we could probably got the Creator Fund.
What's the Creator Fund? I've never heard of that.
It's they had, I forget how much money in a pool of a Creator Fund, and you can apply for it if you're a TikToker.
Actually?
Yeah, but it's only for the States.
And is it for people that are doing crazy shit? Or do they give it to kids dancing and fucking singing and shit?
No, just TikTokers that have, I think, at least 10,000 following or something like that.
Really?
But we're Canadians, so.
Wow.
Unless we move to the States, then possibly we can apply for it.
Do you ever have a pipe dream of ever moving to the States? Not a pipe dream, but have you given it consideration?
I've considered it. For sure, I want to visit, but I don't know. I don't know about the actual move, man.
Yeah. States, man, it's so similar to Canada, to be honest with you. I just you can't take having this citizenship for granted. Bro, when you're in the States, you're on visas and shit. And if you only have your green card, then it's it's cool if you have your green card. You just can't vote or whatever. Who gives a fuck? I mean, it depends on how patriotic you are, but it's just freer, man. It's freer down there.
So what would you think? What would you say, top, 3 or 5 things that are better in the States than Canada? Positives, or...
If you want to get something done, if you have an idea of you want to do something and you have the money to do it, the path to doing it is way straighter than in Canada. If that makes any sense. There's a lot more red tape here than there is in the States. I give this example a lot. A gas station owner in the States can sell alcohol.
True.
Yeah. And I know in Detroit, I wish I used to live in Troy, which is outside Detroit. and I used to know all these Kurds who live there and all own gas stations. And I used to talk to this one guy, and he was like, I don't know how the fuck Canadians, like, business owners make a living. If you're, like, he's like, 60% of the money I make from, like, my place is lotto and liquor. 60% of it.
Damn.
He's like, I don't know how Canadians are making money. Like, here we're like, Canada's like, yo, let's only from one place.
Damn.
Weed only from one place,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
It's all these, like, bullshit things, whereas in the States, you can just do shit, you know?
Sick.
Obviously, there's the same board and stuff like that, but there's way more freedoms for business and stuff like that. That at least I've seen. And just the vibe. The vibe. Like here, like right now, if I was in places in the States, I know right now I can get fireworks if I wanted. I know there's a place around me selling fireworks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That isn't always a conscious thing, but it's in the back of your head, like little freedoms like that. You can
That's
just,
pretty cool.
you know?
Yeah.
Here it's like it's sold in parking lots 2 weeks out of the fucking year during Victoria Day or whatever. So yeah, that's my little rant on pro states. I just lost all my Canadian listeners and watchers. Please come back. We need you. Yo, I wanted to talk to you about this.
Sure.
So I'm on episode like 74 of this podcast. This will be episode 74. Woohoo! And I'm still one. I had my one buddy who listens to a lot of podcasts, and he's like, bro, I love your podcast, but I'm gonna give you some feedback. I'm gonna be honest, all right?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh fuck, you know? I thought I was prepping myself to hear the worst, right? And he starts telling me about like, a lot of times it doesn't touch on immigrant shit at all.
Okay.
A lot of times it'll end up being very serious conversation, and the vibe, it's like the immigrant section. It's like, shouldn't it be touching on immigrant shit? And at the beginning I was like, yes. And then for the middle 50 episodes, I'm like, I'm just gonna have on whoever I want to have on. And then now I'm at the point that I'm approaching 100 episodes, and I still don't know exactly which direction to go. 'Cause on one end I'm thinking this. Imagine, I don't know if this is cheesy. I'm just fucking thinking out loud here, right? Don't go in on me here. But what if every episode you ask like some questions like, yo, did you get beat?
Yo, that's
Have 3 questions. First of all, did you get beat?
I think that's a staple immigrant question.
Did you get beat? Exactly,
As a
right?
child, yeah.
And another one I want to ask is, what is a secret of, like, for your case, Korean people? What is something you've only seen Korean people do? You know, I'll speak for Sudanese. So if you ask me that question, Sudanese people are the only people I've ever seen who will have a living room only full of beds. There'll be no couches. They're just all beds. Because everybody's fucking chilling horizontal half the time, you know?
Yeah. Koreans, they have this thing with dust. So after you do the laundry, if you're like fluffing your shirt or like going like that, they freak out. Go outside, do that outside.
Oh, they're worried about airborne particles.
Yeah.
That's why they beat COVID so fast, man. They were ready. They had that fear all along,
Bro,
dude.
I was proud to be Korean that moment. I was
Yo,
like,
they
whoa.
beat COVID in like 4 days, man.
Yeah, it was crazy. They did well. Yeah.
Shit's just normal in Korea. My buddy just came back. It's just normal. Everything is literally normal with the
You
mask.
can travel there. It's free
normal with the
testing.
mask, yeah.
Yeah, man. They're blessed out there.
Yo, and this is okay, well,
That was the question. So
okay, then we'll go. I'll tell you the third. But now, did you get beat? You grew
Yeah,
up with a bunch of Arabs. You
100%.
probably got beat just
100%.
to feel like you fit in, right?
100%, man. Had to get beat, man. That was just like the classic, white family never beat their kids, and then immigrant parents, they beat their kids all the time. We'd legit tell our stories. We share our stories, trade. And I remember one time, I forgot I was getting back my report card. And you had to get it signed and everything. So I come home early. I was like, all right, I have the report card. I'm chilling. I'm on the computer playing like games. My dad comes home. I was like, oh shit. He doesn't say a word. He goes outside. I hear like wood breaking. Shh. I'm like, what's going on?
I've heard this before.
Yeah, he comes back inside, goes upstairs, and he calls me. I was like, oh shit. I go upstairs, and like basically every single bad mark I got a hit. And it equated like 30 something hits, man.
Bro, so wait, so what's the bar at? Is a B plus a hit? or is a B minus a hit?
Can't even
C
remember.
plus.
I can't even remember, but I was actually awful in school.
Yeah,
I never tried, you know. I was just like, whatever. I didn't think anything of it. Like, I didn't know why I was going to school.
Did he hit you harder for an F than he did for a C minus? Like the lower it went, was it a harder hit, or it was just like hit or no hit? Like,
No, this was like a special
True or
occasion.
false?
I think it was either
a special occasion.
yeah, it was like a test on a test or a report card. I can't remember. But yeah, there was multiple times where I got hit for bad report cards, tests. I try to hide it. Never works out.
This is what I want to know. Looking back, if you have kids right now, would you hit? Based on how things turned out, how you thought of it at the time, how you thought of it as years went by, how you look back at where you're at right now, your fears, blah, 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 all that. Would you hit your kids?
Probably, but in like a positive way.
What do you mean? Like, I love you. I love you. I love you. What do you mean in a
kiss me
positive
after.
way, bro? Please.
No, I mean like don't abuse it. You know what I mean? So if they do anything bad, they gotta know they did something bad, and you gotta punish them. But like not like go overboard, beat the shit out of them type thing. Nah, that's not gonna happen. But they gotta know. You gotta toughen them up, man. Because honestly, kids these days are done. They're done for.
I know. But at the same time, see, I got beat for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I got beat one time. I don't know if I told this story on here, but one time me and fucking Hazem, we robbed Toys R Us.
No way.
Yeah, and we got caught. And the managers drove us back to the house.
That's classic.
And I got my ass beat hard. Like, like with the coat hanger where they're just like, And anytime I wanted to steal after that for like 15 years at least, I would remember that beating. So in that case, I'm like, yo, that beating worked perfectly.
It was a mighty beating.
It was a mighty beating. It worked perfectly, But, Kareem, my oldest brother, I've seen him get beat and it like only did the opposite of effect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The most.
He got beat. So it's like,
I seen him get
there's
beat.
like, yeah. I've seen it. You've probably seen my dad beat him in front of you, right?
For sure.
So he got beat and it's like, I feel like for him, it became aggression within him.
Yeah. I
Right?
agree.
And he's a lot better now, but he had like 10 years there where he was like, my brother,
yeah.
And I feel like it almost was like Dragon Ball Z. Those fighters who when you hit them, they absorb the power and they hit it back at you.
Or they get angry.
Yeah, exactly. My brother was that.
Well, yeah.
So in that case, I'm like, so for me, the beating worked, but for him, the beating didn't work. So
Yeah.
I don't know an across the board rule
Where do
for
you
the
draw
beating.
the line?
Yeah, exactly.
I would say it's their personality development. Like if they're very aggressive,
Maybe
Then
that's not the solution.
that's not the solution, maybe more of like mentally you punish them,
Or just direct it, like put them in like a boxing class or something like that.
So there's an outlet.
But that's like, that again goes back into like a conversation of fucking privilege and shit. Because a boxing class is what? Imagine you having a kid who's like, you're working crazy hours and this kid's fucking up and doesn't appreciate how hard you're working. So you beat the kid or you hit the kid. And then you're not thinking, I need to work and make $300 or more to put him in a boxing class. To be like, don't you know how fucking good you have it already?
True.
It's kids who come from middle class and like well-to-do families who are parents are like, how are we gonna redirect this energy? Like who have that. Because from all the poor kids I've seen across the board, this has not been the conversation.
Therapy.
I bet therapy will be standard in fucking school in the future.
I think so too.
But for now, if you get it, you're a bitch. I'm kidding. Yo, what are you, crazy or something, bro? No, imagine.
Oh man. Yeah.
Oh fuck. But yeah, so that would be the second question. I mean, this is almost like training wheels for this idea. And the third question I would like to ask people, like let's say who come from all different cultures, and we'll test this out with you right now. Who is like the enemy of the Koreans? Like in Korea, who's the butt of the jokes? Is it China? Who's the butt of the jokes?
The butt of the
You know what I
jokes.
mean? Every country always has one.
Probably Indians.
Indians?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Probably.
Like why? Like
Indians. Yeah.
Why Indians? I wouldn't have guessed Indians. I would have guessed like Chinese. That would have been my guess.
Chinese, maybe too, but like possibly. My guess is Indians. Because like Korean people are racist, right? They like light skin. They like anything dark skin they don't like.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? It's not beautiful culturally to them.
But that's like across. Oh, you're talking about Koreans. Yeah, like white car is better. China has that too, though, right? White cars.
They're like white, more lighter toned skin.
But that's like almost like the world, kind of, isn't it?
It's a white man's world.
Yeah. Indians are like that more than Koreans, I think.
Probably.
How do they hate each other? They should be unified in their quest for light complexion, you know? Bro, in India, there's something called Fair and Lovely. It's got like it's got like some silver particle in it that fucking bleaches your skin.
Well, it's kind of like, you know how if there's North Africans that go to Korea, right? And they'll say, oh, I'm African. They'll be like, what? You're white, though. You know what I mean? They think
Africans are black.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So they're still behind the curve on that one.
Fucking Koreans, but damn, they'll beat COVID. Damn, they'll beat a pandemic fast as fuck. But when it comes to treating darker complexion people, they're like,
You are.
they're far back, man.
Yeah.
My buddy works for Range Rover.
Oh, nice.
And he gets a lot. He's a Range Rover salesman, and he gets a lot of people who come to buy Range Rovers to ship to China because they're cheaper than just getting them in China.
Yeah.
And Range Rover doesn't want that because it fucks with the numbers of, you know what I mean? It fucks with the numbers, so they don't want that. So they tell their people, don't sell to people who are clearly exporting it. But no one is like, some people know that now, so they aren't like, I'm exporting it, you know? But he's like, there's a standard China build. He said, if the car gets ordered like this, it's going to China. White with dark brown interior, V6, not V8.
Wow.
Chinese don't want the V8 because V8 is it's double, it's like 200% tax to come in for a V8.
That's crazy.
And the Chinese like white exterior, brown or beige interior. If it's built like that, it's going to China.
Wow.
So maybe that's because in Waterloo, when I went to Waterloo, bro, BMW white. Always, Asians or Chinese specifically more so, always going with the white car. I'm like, what is that? Is white the top?
I never knew.
Is that what it is?
I don't know.
White. They always go white car. White or black?
Idea.
Which
White or
is
black.
hilarious.
I've seen white or black too. I've seen
What?
black. I've seen black.
Yeah. Because black is it's chic. It's not like black, you know? Like when it comes to complexion on humans, dark is bad. But when it's on a car, it's like, oh, it's chic, you know?
It's beautiful.
Yeah, exactly. Then you see a dark person in the night, you run. You know? Run to your fucking black, like, SL63, you know? Like, that's a very specific car. I thought you were a car guy. I dropped that on there. I could tell in that gap, you're not a car guy. I was alone on that shit. I'm like, yo, he fucking goes in an SL63. You were like, oh,
is that a Mercedes?
shit. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
AMG, or
AMG.
as Arabs call it, Amj.
Amj.
Amj, bro. The Amj? MashaAllah.
MashaAllah. Yo, man. Do you ever get writer's block?
Oh, all the time. Yeah. You know what the best technique I read somewhere it was? Writer's block is you trying to perfect an idea before you put it on the paper. So you just got to put a ridiculous idea. Bro, all my TikTok ideas, they come from me writing. I'll sit there and I'll be like, I have nothing to write. So you know what I'll write? Immigrant dad fights a bear. That's it, like, it's retarded. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be able to do that. But then you go, immigrant dad fights other immigrant. And that's suddenly doable, right? Mm-hmm. And then you keep going. And then suddenly you open the door of like creativity. Mm-hmm. But if you just go, I need the perfect idea before I write it, you'll never write shit, man. And that's what I was doing forever.
Wise words, you know?
I don't know. It just worked for me, man. Another one for comedy I heard was write what you love, hate, and fear.
Has stand-up changed at all because of COVID?
Big time, man. In the sense that, like, it's a weird vibe to have a show indoors right now, for sure. Number one.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, people don't know exactly how to run the show. A lot of the shows are running shotgun style. So the host opens up the show, and then just every comic brings up the next comic. The host doesn't come back on the stage.
Oh.
So it's like, all right, guys. Before you go up, they go, you're bringing up Steve, you know? And then I'm like, what's his last name? They're like, Munchin and Munchin. I don't know. And then you go, guys, this next guy's so funny. You've never met him before, right? You go, they're applauding you. Guys, keep that energy for this next guy. You've never met him, right? Yeah. Keep the energy for this next guy. Crazy hustler. He's around one of the biggest comics in the area. Steve Munichin, you know, like, yeah, literally, that's all comedy. It's like half the people never met each other giving intros like they're best friends.
So what happened to the host?
The host just lingers around. I mean, I'm doing a show in London October 8th. By the way, October 8th, London. You better come out to that show. Union 10 Distillery. It's going to be awesome. 50 limit. That show I'm going to host because it's like me and the comics drove there in the car together.
True.
So it's like, what am I doing by not coming back up and giving him the mic? Yeah. What am I not exposing him? You know what I mean? A lot of these shows, they're doing things to give people the impression of safety.
Oh.
I went to a show that had a huge stage, and the first row of seats past the stage was like 6 feet already. But on the stage, like 4 feet ahead of the edge of the stage, they put plexiglass. Wow. So you're thinking, you're like, what the fuck is this for? Is it to protect me from the audience or to protect them from me? Because we're so far apart to begin with. Mm-hmm. And now the nightmare of it is you can see your reflection in the plexiglass as you perform, bro.
That's a weird
It's
vibe.
a nightmare.
That's a weird-ass vibe.
Weird as hell, man. Could you imagine?
Damn. I got to start. I've been holding this off too long. I have to do stand-up.
Yeah, this is not the time for it, though. There's no open mics. There's no place for you to test anything out. But yes, bro. They will be open for you right past this pandemic. You got to go to Korea to do open mics, man.
Actually, I was on stage. I went to Taste of the Middle East in Kensington Market.
Yeah, I did that show.
And yeah.
And on Saturday, you were there, right?
Yeah,
I was
on stage. So in between sets of artists.
Yeah.
I didn't know what I was saying, what I was doing.
You had the microphone.
Oh, it was bad, bro. It was
What
bad.
happened with it? Tell me. We got to hear about
like,
it. Let's break it down, bro.
Falafel Kimchi, like saying, I don't know what I was saying, and I threw in like a Corona joke,
Yeah.
Nobody laughed. I was like, if you didn't get that was a Corona joke. It's like, the joke's going bad when you had to clarify the joke.
Yeah.
Explain the joke.
Bro, I did that show. I just started going in on Kensington Market. Yeah. Because if you're familiar with Toronto, Kensington Market is like the most progressive. Anything, it's like our little San Francisco,
No way.
Kensington Market, bro.
Wow.
That's like the most, bro. I'm a decent stand-up comic, bro. That show was not meant for comics. It was meant for musicians. Mm-hmm. So it was very weird. Even when I came up, I was like, Kensington is like Toronto's septum piercing. It's like. I started going in on vegans, but it was weird. People liked it, but they didn't know how to respond really because for hours they're conditioned to watch a musician play and just be like, wow, this music is sick. This is awesome. And they can talk. Mm-hmm. But when comedy comes on, suddenly there's no music and you can't talk.
And you can't talk.
Because I talk now. So the vibe is fucked totally for anybody with especially considering the host of the event that night just handed it off. Did they hand it off to you real weird?
Yeah. Well,
You gotta say, make some noise for my man, Falafel Kimchi. Noise. You get the mic as there's applause. I gotta just hand it to me. Yeah, you guys ready for a buzz? Okay, here it is. And then I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, it was kind of weird still.
Come closer to your mic, brother.
I didn't expect it would go down that way, but they're like, okay, you're going to be on after this performance. I'm like, all right. Trying to prepare myself. And like, no, okay. After this performance, you're going to be on. I'm like, okay, I have to wait the next one. And then finally they're like, okay, just wait. We'll give you the signal. I'm like, okay, so I'm a little bit anxious. And then they called me up and then it's like right after when it was a hype performance and everybody's kind of calming down,
Yeah,
relaxing.
yeah.
They just
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
chill,
yeah, yeah.
maybe, you
The
know.
breathing moment.
And then I come on. I'm like, hi, everybody. It's Falafel Kimchi. You may not know me. Of course, they're not going to freaking know who the hell I am.
I know, yeah.
And then, I don't know.
What happened? How did you exit from the stage?
I think it was just like, well, Falafel Kimchi, everybody. Yeah. You know? It was one of those ones. And I'm like, like, 1-2 hand clap I hear and like give them the mic.
Bro, I did 30 minutes of material. 30 minutes.
30 minutes?
30 minutes. Or maybe 25. Okay?
You had a full set there. That was like a set.
It was 15 minutes. At 15 minutes, he's like, I'm like, here we go. They applaud for me. And the guy comes like, you can keep going. It was the weirdest fucking thing.
It was
bro.
in between performances as well, right?
No, this was my performance. I was considered a performance.
Okay.
Man, it just was so weird. And then at the end, they're like, you were great. I'm like, make a sound then. What the fuck? What was
Yeah.
that? Just all blank faces and like scattered smiles. It's like,
I think-
applaud, laugh, something.
I think next year will be better. I think just people are more loosened up, maybe a bit more tense. And I think you're right. They didn't know how to receive it. Like, they're just there. People were walking like, huh? What the hell? There's a show going on? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I was the only comedy act of the night. So if they peppered in comedy every 3 musical acts, and if the host, the event guy who I talked to, if they just gave him just a little quick one, like crash class on fucking intros, then you could salvage the thing way better, man. You can't intro people like that. It confuses the performer. It confuses the audience. It's so weird. It's like you start off in a well you got to dig out of.
Yeah.
You know?
Hi, my name's Abbas.
Yeah, exactly. You guys ready for some comedy? Abbas, he was like, Abbas, where are you? And I was like, I walk up. He's like, all right. And he just walked off. And I was literally like, yo, keep it going for this guy. Just to get some applause going. I'm like, what a fucking... But that's kind of like part of the job, you know?
That's how the game goes, yeah. Was it last minute too? A little bit?
Yeah, some guy flopped and they gave me the thing. But like I was talking, it was for my comedy gigs, it was good money, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, that's what they pay musicians and shit.
That's
like,
awesome.
you can tell comedy's not respected at all, by the way.
No.
Comedy's not respected at all.
Not as much as it should.
I said this on here. I show up with my girlfriend, bro. They're like, what do you want? Yeah, sit here. Just we're at a restaurant at Taste Best Istanbul or whatever, right? He's like, tell them you're a musician. Tell them whatever you want, you can have. There's a seating area. The money is crazy. Not crazy, but like it's good money. I'm like, what the fuck? This is how musicians get treated on the regular.
Yeah.
Comics, we show up. They're like, okay, you're in that back table. Shut the fuck up. And yeah, you're bringing up Mike. You know?
Yeah,
like,
it's
that's
actually-
it.
It was actually it was a great event. I liked it though. I did like like you're hungry, you know what I mean? They took care of you. You know, there was the Best Istanbul,
Yeah.
the shawarma spot. They had there was actually some pretty good performances as well. I liked it. I vlogged it. It was good. It was good. It was the first time I've ever done something like that anyways. Like I've been like kind of not really hosting an event, but making an appearance, saying hi, doing an interview for them, saying what up to fans. You know what I mean? It was actually a lot
Like,
of fun.
yeah, you make like public appearances kind of thing.
Yeah, public
Yeah.
appearance, you know.
What are you working on now, man?
Man, there's just so much stuff going on right now. Well, just basically taking Falafel Kimchi to the next level, you know? Continuing making content, building my team, you know? I got to get this team going and merch.
If you could have anything, like if money wasn't a problem, if money was not like of an object at all, what would you do? Would you build a studio right now? What would you do?
I'd probably reinvest so I have like a solid team. So
Of like an editor.
everything, editor. I want an editor. I want a videographer, a photographer. I want them all. You know, just like someone doing admin. I don't have to waste any time on those things. I just need to think about creatives, ideas. You know, filming, go. You know, directing basically. You know, but But yeah, nothing I can't really say, but a lot of stuff on the works.
Hell yeah. You know, I'll be honest. You know what my biggest fear is right now? My biggest fear right now is that another app comes along that's huge.
Really?
Oh my God.
Well, what?
For another app for you to get on and being like, oh, I got to make my fucking
TikTok is
footprint on this shit.
TikTok is pretty solidified, you know?
So is TikTok is not getting banned from the States? Whatever came of that?
I think they worked out a deal.
Yeah?
I think so.
Because I never heard talk of that again. Trump's too busy with COVID now, huh?
They're trying to get that deal.
He's too focused on drawing breath.
I think they're going to get that deal done.
Right before he dies, he's like, Ben. They're like, what is it? This is to your loved ones? He's like, TikTok can stay.
You know, it's crazy how it's like
TikTok is pretty good.
How much hate this guy gets. It's so crazy.
Oh, he can do no right,
like,
bro. And he can do no wrong.
Whatever. Like, people can, like, legit have him, you know, people like, what was that one girl? She was like cutting off his head and like all this crazy stuff.
Oh, the redhead. I forget her name. In Hollywood, ostracized her.
Whatever.
Oh, she got a mad shit for that.
Oh,
she was canceled for like 6 months.
Okay, never
and
mind.
then now she's good again, I think. I forget her name. It was just like the worst. It was so tasteless. It was like
Snap Finger Famous.
Yeah, I forgot her name, but she's a name people know. I just forget it.
She's a name.
Yeah. She's like that annoying chick in every movie in the 90s, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Pretty much.
That annoying ginger chick.
Still lingering.
What would happen if Trump died from this? Who's vice president? Dude, Mike Pence?
Mike Pence.
Pence, I've heard that name, right?
He can act as president, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, if Trump were to die, and then what happens then? Then the
China takeover.
Did you watch the debate? I didn't watch that shit.
I did watch it.
How'd it go?
It was weird. They're
Who
both
won?
kind of yelling. They both lost, to be honest. It was kind of weird.
I heard a lot of people say pretty much that. Like,
yeah, it was.
Apparently,
it was weird. It was so weird, and he's like, it's like two old men, you know, like arguing back and forth, like bickering back and forth. You know.
Was Trump funny though? That's his move.
There was some. It wasn't as funny as I thought it would. I anticipated. You know, I wanted to be actually like funny. Him like making fun of him, didn't really happen, or I didn't really notice it. The one time he was like, Biden's like, Inshallah. He's like, show us your taxes. Inshallah. He's like, he said Inshallah. I'm pretty sure he said Inshallah.
Joe Biden said that?
Yeah.
Why?
He's like, Inshallah. Like, you know how the weirdest,
that's how you would lose an election, bro.
The weirdest thing about it was like he said it in the way where, you know how like Muslims, we joke, we'll say Inshallah, but like it never gets done.
Yeah, that's our way of saying no.
It means it's our way of saying no. It means like God willing.
Yeah.
Means legit yes, we're gonna.
Mom, can we go to Wally World?
Inshallah. Yeah. And he's like, Inshallah. And he used it that way. That's why it just...
That's hilarious.
I know.
Are you sure you didn't hear him say something?
No. Their team clarified and they said, yes, he said, Inshallah.
So pretty much, did he just win every Arab vote in the United States?
It was like...
Is that it would just happen?
Mad TikTokers, Arab TikTokers, you know? They're like...
So people caught it.
It was like a little mini trend, yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Dude, I missed that completely. Everyone's just like, apparently there's a huge surge in people Googling how to move to Canada. Huh? Did you see that? After the debate. I don't know if that's just that fake news bullshit. Just being like, everyone's trying to leave now.
I think Trump's going to win.
I feel like Trump's going to win.
Have you watched...
it's just the vibe, you know? If he beats COVID, he's going to beat fucking Biden.
Have you watched Social Dilemma?
No, I was going to watch it yesterday, but I watched Silence of the Lambs again.
Oh, watch it.
Is Anthony Hopkins in Social Dilemma?
No.
Is there any Welsh people in Social Dilemma at all? Because fuck it, bro.
No, it's crazy.
I know it doesn't have Indians, right? Because you watched it.
No, there's a couple of Indians, actually.
Yeah, you muted it at that time? They're our rivals.
I fast forward to them. No. Watch it.
Yeah? It's like about how Social Dilemma's fucking us up. What's the gist of it?
Pretty much that. How tech companies, their AI algorithms, it's like they're learning all our weaknesses and they use that shit against us. That's why our phones are so addicting. And on top of that, you know, they know everything about us and more. Where we go, what we eat.
But we've known that though.
Yeah, but
You ever talk to some?
it's never gotten better. Like it's never.
Oh, it's the worst it is right now.
Yeah,
and in
it's
2
getting
years, it'll
worse
be
and
the
worse.
worst it is that point.
It's getting worse and worse because.
Come closer to your mic.
Sorry, like the young teens, bro. There's
They're
epidemic.
in it fully.
They're in it fully, and like especially young girl teens, like preteens, the suicide rate has shot up like crazy,
yeah.
right? So there's all these negative effects, but they're not doing anything to make it less addicting. Because why would they? You know,
She's like, if this doesn't get 38 shares, I'm hanging myself.
pretty much, yo.
You
Like,
know?
oh, I didn't
Gets
get enough
32
likes.
shares.
I only got 10 likes. You know, like all this stuff, and it's
You know what the irony of suicide for artists is? As soon as you kill yourself because your shit didn't do well, your shit blows up.
Oh yeah,
You know, you can't. There's nothing
it's
an
like
artist.
that Biggie song.
Yeah, there's. Oh, what was that?
You're nobody till somebody kills you.
Yeah, I mean that's an artist, especially, bro. An artist doesn't reach their true value until their death happens. Because then people are like, whoa. Let's take a look at what they made. I looked at this stuff. It's pretty good. You know? Suddenly everybody's, this shit's actually pretty good. There's something about the fact that that artist can make no more. What they have made is finite. You know, they're done. There's something about that. It just makes the value. Everyone looks at this shit. How often, dude, every time a Toronto rapper dies, I fucking go and listen to their top 5 shit on Spotify, and it's always trending like crazy. And I haven't even heard them before they died.
They pull out like unreleased tracks and albums.
Everything.
EPs. You're
Spotify's
like,
trying to ride the curve of their death, you know?
Right, the curve of the death.
Bro, 100%, man. 2-3 weeks ago, I was in London, Ontario. I was trying to, right when Chadwick Boseman, Black Panther guy, died.
Yeah.
I'm trying to go to the theaters with my sister. There's nothing really on, but I look, the theater's replaying Black Panther.
Oh, in memory of him.
Yeah, in memory of him. Yeah. Sure, we'll say that. But it's just kind of like, yo, he died. You know what I mean? Yeah. Let's start playing. It's just trying to capitalize.
Whatever that drives up sales, yeah?
Yeah, they're not in memory of him. It's purely a capital. It's purely a money motive, you know?
Yeah.
People don't give a fuck, bro. It's business at the end of the day. Money drives all.
True. I think it's gonna go out of business soon. No, maybe not completely out of business, but movie theaters. You know, it's kind of like you go, but like it's not as it was 10 years ago. We're like, yo, let's go to the theaters. You know.
I don't know. I disagree with that,
Really?
man. I love going to the theaters. Till this day, I was with my sister being like, yo, let's find a movie. I just like going to the theaters.
Silence of the Lambs there?
No. We were just Netflix at home. Because there was nothing good on.
No, I'm saying going to the theaters.
What about going to the theaters?
Like, it wasn't as popular as it was before, you know? Like,
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
yeah.
I'm sure theater numbers will never be as high as they were in I don't even know when they were the highest. I just imagine it's not right now with on-demand streaming, right? But still, they may cut the amount of theaters they have, but they're always going to have theaters.
Something.
But also, when you go in the theater, like I did to watch Black Panther 2-3 weeks ago, now a theater just feels like a petri dish. You know what I mean?
You have a whole bunch of other stuff there too.
No. I'm saying like the theater itself.
What do you mean by that?
A petri dish. It feels like, yo, we put like hundreds of people in this room, and whatever they have slowly, they all get. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like it's mad social distance. You can't touch anyone within 3-4 seats.
I forgot about that.
But also, when it goes back to normal, because I feel like everything. Actually, I don't even know. If things will go back to normal with that kind of stuff. Like, do you ever see like the Rolling Stones coming to Toronto and having like 80,000 people or like 60,000? How's that gonna work from now on with this kind of fear?
True. Yo, man, the masks. How are you dealing with the masks every day? Wearing them if you ever go out.
The worst part about the mask is now it's another thing. I'm just waiting for an amazing invention. Like now, it used to be phone, keys, wallet. Now it's phone, keys, wallet, mask.
I know.
You know? And 4 is the breaking point. What's the next thing? at 5, like let's imagine there's coyotes in Toronto like crazy, and they're like, always carry your coyote spray. You know, suddenly it's mask, coyote spray, keys, wallet, phone. You know, and we're guys. Girls got at least they can put it in a purse, but they got a million other things in there.
Yeah, I actually end up buying a front bag. It saved my life.
Bro, man, now I know you're in psychiatry.
Bro, I'm telling you, man.
Man, this guy's a pussy for sure, man.
I hate
No,
wearing,
fucking with you,
like,
bro.
you know, the wallet in the back pocket, or I just hate.
Oh, I hate that. I
shit
can't
in
sit
my
on
pockets.
that. Yeah.
So I've been wearing this front pouch. It's actually proper. Not like this one. It goes over your shoulder.
Yeah. Is it Movado?
No.
If they made it though, bro.
That would have been sick.
Yo, if they made it, you'd see that shit, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck
Exactly.
yeah.
Put in the plug like that.
Bro, you got to do it, man. Yo, Movado's actually got sick shit, dude.
So this
they
one
always
is,
play all black.
This
I
one
like that.
This one's actually not Movado. This one's nominal.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Did you just fuck up your whole deal?
No.
They cancel him. The video, you're not even in the chair anymore. Oh, fuck, it got canceled. It's just static.
This one, it was just like the Arabic letters, right? So, or Arabic Indian. People were gonna in the comments. Oh, it's actually Indian.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah, you're like, but as far as you carry, it's not. You know, you're Korean, so you won't acknowledge that, bro. Bro, have you ever heard of a brand called This Is Hayat?
No.
It's like this Arabic clothing brand. They reach out to me. They got sick shit, bro.
No way.
Yeah, sick shit. I'm looking at. I'm like, this is nice stuff. Like, they're gonna send some stuff, and I'm just gonna. And they're like, oh, blah blah blah. I'm like, yo, if you send the stuff, I'll rock it. This is nice shit. This is how I want to clothe myself. You know.
It's actually how's it feel to get like free?
Oh, they're like, bro, it was the best. It was the best. That remember when I was talking about effort paying off? It wasn't money, but it was a good feeling because they were like, yo, go. Tell us what you like and tell us your size and your address.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, man, it's good shit.
Yeah. I got these socks. Halal socks.
Why did they say beard on them though?
They say beard, bro.
Beard, bro?
Yeah. There's a dude. There's a dude on it.
Dude, that's high level sock game. I can't get into the sock game, man. You'll lose yourself. I've known people who've lost themselves to that.
In the sock game?
There's nowhere to end. True. Sock game. If have you ever worked a corporate job?
Yeah.
In the corporate world, socks are like people's little stencil of personality and creativity,
I know.
especially in like more business environments. Mm-hmm. It's like almost anything goes on the sock. Obviously, not like
they get super creative.
Oh man,
I've seen it.
And they always hem the pants 2 inches high, so everybody has a fucking front row show to the sock game.
Yeah, and then they'll have like the different style to keep their socks up, right? They have the thing.
Oh, I didn't even know that was a thing. There's a sock up. Oh, like the thing like a chick would wear with like sexy lingerie, that thing that like slides up.
No, you know, like
like sock suspenders.
Yeah.
What
exactly.
What does it connect to? Your belt?
It'll connect. Some of them, it's weird. Some of them will connect to
the inside of the pants.
The inside of their boxers, which is weird.
That's so when you are connecting your socks to your boxers to keep them up, you're done. Okay, you have some questions in your life. You need psychiatry. Come with a fucking chest bag and everything.
There's one that connects the shirt, the undershirt, and the socks on the side of your leg.
You know what? I get the suspenders on the pants to get rid of the belt. Because it's a look. It's functional. You got to keep your pants up.
Plus, the belt is annoying sometimes.
The belt can be annoying, right? But I wonder how the suspenders are when you go take a shit. I bet that's when they're annoying. The belt's pretty sick when you go take a dump, right? Down. What would suspenders be? Click. It goes back into the toilet or whatever. Or over the toilet.
You would have to re-clip them. You have to clip or keep it clipped off, but just
That's the moment where you're deciding how to clip so you could take a dump, is when you tell yourself, I need to do something else with my life.
Yeah.
I'm just in this stall trying to figure out where to put my suspenders so I don't shit myself.
That's the trade-off: suspenders versus belts.
If you ever got rich enough, would you have shoes built over your feet?
What do you mean built?
Like bespoke. That's like when they build it over your body.
Oh shit.
Because everything we're wearing now is like made for the average human size L or M, right? And we just go in it.
Only if it was like it was like orthopedic or something. If it helped align my spine or good for the walking, something like that. Only if it was better.
What if it made you feel like $1,000,000, but didn't do shit for you physically, but mentally and emotionally, you were a wreck without it?
I don't know.
Like, imagine they built shoes over your feet and you just can't make TikTok videos unless you're wearing those shoes now.
Yo, that reminds me of how I'm so out of the shoe game. You know how like they have Balenciaga, they have all these like
red bottoms.
Yeah, crazy shoes like Yeezys. I had no idea like this was the new style. I was like, oh shit, these are $1,000 shoes and they're in style.
Yeah, I got these black bottoms.
You know what I mean?
Actually, they're not even black.
Yeah.
Bro, shoes are crazy. Shoes have taken off, really. I understood shoes when it was basketball that was like driving the culture of shoes, like the Jordan 1, the Jordans. Yeah. But then when Kanye came into the game and his Yeezys are like look like fucking astronaut shoes, I don't even know what's happening anymore.
Like astronaut.
Because everyone goes, yo, Yeet. Like, everybody as soon as Yeezys became hot as fuck, I'm like, okay, I just don't get it anymore.
I know.
And they're like crazy. It's all about like that Supreme style hype, It's just more of, at one point, everything became more the hype than it was the thing itself. People always say that, bro, it's so comfortable. It's like, yeah, you wait in line 4 hours and spent $400 or $500 on them. Don't tell me it's so comfortable.
Are they that comfortable?
Yeah, people always say that shit. Oh, bro, they're fucking. That's why you wait in line for 4 hours? Because they're comfortable? Mm-hmm. Or is it because you just knew they're the hot shit right now?
It's crazy, man.
I'm thankful I'm not.
Sneaker guy?
Yeah, bro. Imagine you were a sneaker guy. I'd rather be a sneaker guy than a sock guy. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Facts.
I feel like sock guy never wins in life, You can't win in life as a sock guy.
I got these socks.
Nice guys finish last,
Yeah.
A nice guy is a sock guy.
That's a sock guy.
That's a sock guy.
What can you say? I got these socks. You know where I got these socks? My sponsors.
Bro, you know what the name of this episode is going to be? Koreans hate Indians.
Oh, shit. There we go. Well, it's all good. They're banned. TikTok's banned in India. So.
Oh, yeah, exactly. That's not your demo at all, right? They're already out, bro. They got fucking COVID to handle over there, bro.
Leave on a good note, There's already bad relationships between China and India. Let's make it worse.
But you don't rep China. You rep Korea.
Yeah, true.
Bro, you're doing the racial shit yourself. What's the difference, bro?
That is true.
Fuck, man. Oh, it's a crazy time, dude.
How we good? Are we good on time?
No, bro. We're fucking going, bro. What's too much, though?
I just want to make sure.
Last time you were going. Last time I feel like I broke your heart. You're like, I wanted to say so much more.
Yeah.
I'm like, dog, you'll be back on.
Straight up.
And here you are, bro. Say it. What do you want to say, huh? Say it. Say your truth.
We're all fucked. I feel like the end of the world is coming. I don't know. Maybe not soon, but
maybe not soon.
Very soon.
Bro, of course the end of the world is coming.
It's crazy, yo.
I think that the end of the world is going to happen while we're alive is fucking ridiculous. I mean, it could, of course. But if you look at like the history of the world and our time on it, assuming we live, God willing, blah, 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 up to 80, 100, 60, 70, even whatever. It's all a blip. It's nothing. For Earth to end while we're alive is such a roulette lineup. It's fucking insane. That would be beautiful, actually. Imagine we are the end of the species. It ends right now. That's fucking crazy. We've been around for millions of years, dude.
Is it fucked up if I say like, sometimes I'm just like, all right. I'm ready to hang up the gloves,
Oh, no, not at all, bro.
Because it's just like, I feel like I'm on autopilot sometimes. You're like, oh, I got to go shoot this and then do this and then do this interview and, edit this video. And you're just like constantly like, you don't even stop. Like, what the hell am I doing this for? Oh, yeah, myself. Yeah, you just keep going. It's like, sometimes you don't stop or you do stop and you're like, you forget, why the hell am I working so hard or doing all this for?
Oh, bro, I get that all the time. That's why I go home.
Yeah.
I go home just to like reset, whenever shit gets like that.
Yeah.
Cause you know what it is? that's why having kids is actually a crazy thing, because it like, I go home, I just chill with my nieces and shit like that. It just gets you out of thinking about you, and that's the most rehabilitating shit, man. Because you come back, like I came back to this podcast like, yo, I'm ready. Hit my studio, set everything up. I'm ready to talk. Yeah, exactly. If we done this before I left, I'd have been like, I just wrote this idea. It didn't do well. You know?
Yeah, that refresh button you need, you know? But like I was just saying, like, it'd be so much easier if I was dead. Cause then
yo, this is the new title. Kimchi suicidal? Question mark.
No, not suicidal, but like it's
I know
like
exactly
the sense of relief, like you know.
Yeah, no, 100%.
over now.
I think if you are an intelligent person and you think about what life is, you realize that none of us are gonna live forever. Death is coming. You know what I mean? It's all about just enjoying or making the time here. And man, this is a controversial thing to say, but I'm going to say it regardless.
Say it. Yes. Controversial shit. Love it.
I was growing up taught that this life is a test for the next world. And I think you can't live your life like that. You have to live your life. If you live your life like this is your only life, then I think you live it in a way to pass that test regardless. But if you live it as only a test, you're limiting yourself on all these things that don't... Imagine someone wrote a rule book 2,500 years ago. And we as humans have been here 10 million years prior to that. So let's look at the whole calendar. Someone wrote a rule book here, and now you are unquestioning of this rule book. You were born into it and unquestioning of it. And one of the things it says is that this life is a test and the next life is the main thing. Yo, you gotta live your shit as this life. This life is not the test. This is the life. This is the only thing guaranteed. Who has died and come back and said, yo, I saw the thing and is a credible... Who has done that? It's all in times where, back, you know, it's in the back then times, you know? All that shit that happened, it's in the back then times. Who has died and come back? Nobody. This is the only guaranteed life, right? That being said, you got to live it to its fullest. And that being said, it's going to end one day or another. So being like, yo, I get the gist. You know what I mean? Like, I'm fucking good. I paid enough insurance payments, okay?
Yo, exactly.
Nothing has happened yet, bro. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go, man.
Yeah, like legit. So that it's kind of like when it's just acceptance of death, you know? Like the older you get, you're like, it's going to happen. It is what it is. When it like I'm not looking for trouble and wanting to happen, but when it does, hopefully I can, you know, be like, all right, cool. You know, I had my time.
You say you wouldn't fear death?
I would like to say that I wouldn't fear death, but that's easier said than done. Like when the time comes, you know, maybe I won't be so like, you know, sounding all cool. Like, yeah, all right, man.
I say I don't fear death, but anytime I come close, I feel my heart break. Yeah. You know?
Sure.
I'm like, what's that if you don't fear death? You know?
100%.
Bro, I put on my chest bag and go straight to psychiatry.
Even when times were like maybe something you feel like the vibe isn't, it's not safe and maybe shit's gonna go down, or like, you know, just like a sketchy area, or like, you know, your heart kind of like beats a little bit. Like, all right, you just kind of be aware of your surroundings. You know, like kind of like we're right before a fight or something like this. You know?
I love that though. And that's the moment I get adrenaline junkies.
Exactly.
I get it. Anytime you have an actual sense of danger, it almost like brings your senses to full living mode.
It does.
That's what I love about traveling. When you go to a place that doesn't speak your language, you're always looking visually what's happening because you don't know got the language.
Yeah.
It take you out of your element and you actually feel like you're fucking living more, you know?
And you see those people like, okay, you know, that guy looks sketchy, sus.
It's like the jungle. You're like, this is like the jungle, and I'm like,
you're scanning for dangers.
yo, I like that shit.
Yeah, but that's you know, that's
you know what gets when you never have that shit. I think when you never have that shit and you live like a really sheltered, I think that hands itself more to depression.
It does.
People that come in, from what I've seen, people that have had a more I don't want to say stable, because that's like, I don't want to say stable, but a more fortunate upbringing have been more likely to be ailing to depression. It's the people that I know that have grown up really poor and it's almost because we didn't even really identify depression, right? It was sadness or you being a bitch.
Yeah.
It was only those two things, really.
True. Yeah, that to put it that way, for sure.
Getting a lot of those moments of like, yo, I'm actually in danger here. You can't be depressed when you think you're about to get shot around the corner. You know what I mean? 100%. And obviously afterwards you can be like, fuck, I live in a fucked up place. My life is fucked. And then get depressed. You know what I mean? But those moments of actually sensing danger pulls you out of that shit. You're just in human like attack mode. You're literally like an animalistic mode. Yeah. When did you even get this sense? Did you drive through some like sketchy ass areas or what?
You know, it was weird. There's two times like recently. One was on the way to Taste of the Middle East. I was driving. I forget what street, but I saw at a stop red light. I saw some bum like fighting with a 7-Eleven clerk, you know, store clerk, and he had something in his hand. It looked like a hammer or something. I was like, what the hell's going on? And then I look over again and I see this other guy. Now they're actually grabbing onto each other and they're wrestling and they're tussling. I was like, oh shit. So I get out of my car, I put it in park and I run, and the guy's on top of him, you know, and I hold him down and I grabbed the whatever was in his hand. It looked like a hammer, and I just tossed it. And the other guy, it just felt so weird because like the other guy's like the bum, he's like yelling and screaming. He's like, why are you doing this to me? Blah blah blah. And the other guy's like, shut the fuck up.
You have no home.
Exactly.
You're just hitting him.
He's like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And all this.
You don't pay property taxes, you motherfucker.
Yeah, and like
he's angry.
In midst of it, he's like, grab my leg. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, I just kind of like step over him, and I'm just like, I walk back to my car, and like there's.
Yeah, and as the camera's looking at you, and as you walk back to your car, the guy just grabs the hammer and just keeps beating him. And you're like, I did a good thing here today.
No, it felt weird because like I was parked like right in traffic. You know, people are just passing my car. I'm just like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, what am I?
You have a good heart, bro.
No, but like,
as long as I've known you.
Like, what am I? Some superhero? Like,
I know.
Because it felt like as soon as it happened, as soon as I'm in it. It felt like
I have no business.
Yeah, because the guy was already handling the bum. You know what I mean? The bum's like crying for his life, and I'm just like, what the fuck? You know, saying some shit. It's like, oh, you're a biker. Why are you doing this? And the guy's like, shut the fuck up. And I'm like, what the fuck?
You're supposed to have a big heart. You bike.
I was like, what the fuck?
He had like a bicycle or a motorcycle?
No, he just said he was a biker, so. He looked like he owned the spot, to be honest.
Oh, okay. And the bum was like lingering outside?
I was on the corner. Yeah.
Bro, what actually no, you said there's 2 times. What's the other?
The other one was recently. It was just at a Timmy's. It was just weird. Like I was eating
shit's
my food.
Gonna go down, bro.
Yeah, and like I just saw like 2. They looked like bums. I don't know, but they were white. They're 2 like kind of like white what's it called? Trailer trash. The girl just staring at me. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm staring at her. Like, why are you fucking staring at me?
Yeah.
And she keeps staring at me as she's walking out, you know, with their mans or whatever. And then they sit like outside, but like near, like almost in front of my inside where I'm eating, you know. I'm like, the fuck is wrong with these people? Like, you know how it's like a stare where it's like one look and it's like, okay, whatever. But she was like staring at me. I'm like, what the fuck are you staring at type thing? Like I'm staring at her right back at her. I'm like, what the fuck? As if she wants problems, you know?
Yeah.
Nothing ended up happening, but
it was just a staring contest.
It was legit a staring contest, and I was thinking, oh, was she gonna do something with their man or whatever? Like, what are you gonna do?
Some people are fucked, man.
Yeah,
bro. What's it called?
But like at that time, my heart was
going off
because I was like, all right,
is something about to go down?
Yeah. I'm just aware.
You're sizing her up and shit, assessing the situation.
Exactly.
How can I get out? What can I hit them with?
Yeah, exactly.
Bro, first day.
How can I get away with hitting this bitch?
This cunt's about to get clocked. Yeah. Is this bitch about to test me?
I have a phone book in my bag, you know?
I remember I told you I worked in California for like almost a year.
Yeah.
The first day I moved to California, I'm chilling at my buddy Austin's place in San Jose. First day. And he has a Popeyes near his house. I go to the Popeyes. As I'm coming out of the Popeyes, it's an altercation between these two ladies. Okay?
No way.
They're fucking going at each other. One of them is like, they both look like they could have a gun. Before I know it, I'm just so Canadian of me. I'm like, I'm start getting involved, and they're really going at it, right? And then one is threatening, and then the other one starts like backing away in a way where it's like, just you wait here kind of thing. And I was like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, I'm literally going to get shot as a bicycle. What the fuck am I out for a chicken? It was like a fight outside of Popeyes. And I'm thinking like I'm noble or some shit.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm like, yo, this is how people actually get killed. I would be the only person killed in the situation too. She wouldn't even hit that chick. I would just get shot.
Yeah.
And then this would be the most meaningless death.
I felt grimy after because I was like, man, this bum's holding my leg. I'm like, this guy could have Rona. And I'm like, ugh.
Bro, he's got fucking hepatitis. He's got worse shit than that, man.
Yeah.
Rona's the least of your worries, bro. You better wash that shin.
I legit went back in my car.
Loofed your shin?
Yeah. I legit like went back in my car and went to the Taste of the Middle East and did the set, for them.
I had a homeless dude walk right past my set in the Taste of the Middle East. It was the funniest thing, bro. I go, hey, you. I make a joke, and I'm like, oh, you're fucking up the show or something because he walked through.
Oh, yeah.
And the guy goes, in the most depressed way, as if he's going to kill himself now. He goes, in front of the crowd. He goes, this is a story of my life. And I was like, everyone's like, oh.
No.
I was literally like, bro, don't kill yourself. Story of my life. I was like, oh my God, bro. I thought he was going to take the joke. It was the funniest shit. So many like buckets and shit like that. And
There's a lot out there.
it literally reminds me of San Francisco because it's more of like, I feel like there's more mental health cases there than there are just homeless.
Yeah, they look like it.
You know, because in San Francisco, it's like they're not even asking you for money, bro. They're just straight up zombie mode, like schizophrenic,
Just
a
chilling.
million things. I don't know, mental health issues up the wazoo, you know?
Damn.
No one's asking for money. It's just like drug abuse and just like crazy yelling at a wall. Oh, you know? That's the vibe of like Kensington. And then the rest of Toronto has more standard homeless with the arm out, the fucking sign, doing the cycle up the light. With
Kinda
the broken leg.
Didn't it trip you out when you're seeing like people asking for money in their SERP, like in the heart of SERP? It's like, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I never
tripped
even
me
thought of that. They'll be like, I don't have an address anymore. It's like, what's that? A buddy told me one time he saw a guy leaving the corner, like in London. He saw him like ending his shift. And like he was walking in one direction, which ended up walking past an alley, and the guy gets into a Boxster Porsche, and it's parked in the back alley.
Crazy, bro.
Yeah, just like swindlers, you know.
On the street finessing people. They have different stories for different people too.
What's the most hard, bro? I remember in Sudan, this guy came up to the car. He had like one arm. He had no other limbs. He's like going like one arm, you know.
Just one arm?
Like it was literally he was a torso, bro. Okay? And it wasn't like, oh, I'm a torso. He's like, oh, give me money. You know what I mean? Like, he's still, I'm like, and that's the type of shit where it's like, man, if he made it this far and he still has worth in his life to just be like, I'm going to get paid, have my food, and tomorrow's the next day.
Straight up.
What do we have to complain about, you know? This nigga's got one arm being like, I'm about to get paid, you know? Like, he's running the vlog, bro. You think a limp is going to get you money like one arm's going to get you money?
It's crazy, grateful for real.
Oh, 100%. That's the type of shit. Like when you go to other countries, all of the people begging are always deformed. North America is the only place able-bodied people are asking for money. You know, walking up to you with a sign, homeless, hungry, ashamed, please spare. You know, written pretty well. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like no spelling mistakes and shit. It's like, bro, you could be a fucking notary. You know, like it's a weekend school or something. You could be a chiropractor, bro. You spelt this correctly.
Yeah, it's actually it hits different when you see poor people outside of Canada, North America, even non-Western.
It's totally
countries.
different.
It's totally different. You see it and you're like, yeah, it's rough. I've seen some people like that, you know, no legs.
Yeah, that's
Just 2 arms on the ground. Or they'll have like it's kind of like, not even like a chair, but it's like a makeshift chair.
yeah. They're
know?
just there for the day. It's like a shift.
Yeah.
And then when I saw in China, if they're not deformed, in China it's a shame game. The lady would just put a can and bow her head down and just keep her head down like a, you know, like salah, like a rak'ah, like all the way down. And at the end of her hands was the can, and she would just be down, head down. So it's like a shame thing, kind of more like like she's doing that, she really needs money, you know. Or if she's not doing that, then she's got like fucking both legs are gone. You know what I mean? Like if you have a certain level of deformed, you're allowed to just ask for money. This is the rules of the world,
Yeah.
right?
That sounds about right.
But it's only in this continent where you could be able-bodied as fuck, reading and writing. You know,
Yeah, looking healthy, but like
on Serb,
dressed, you know.
rocking Falafel Kimchi merch. You're like, bro, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Where'd you get that merch? It's like, oh, I love falafel. Seriously though, if I can get a tuning for a double or something.
Damn.
It's crazy times, man. I just hope a second wave doesn't come and fuck shit up, huh? I mean, like, sorry, second wave as in the closing businesses all over. I'm afraid they're gonna do the quarantine again.
They're doing restrictions again.
They're doing restrictions.
Mandatory masks.
But but that's been the case. One was masks not mandatory,
I don't know.
right?
Something. They're adding. There's that. They're
Only
limiting,
10 people
limiting,
can hang
yeah.
out or whatever.
Yeah. This is gonna be here for a while, man.
I wonder 2-3 years from now, what are going to be the permanent changes that got kicked off right now? I feel like from now on, they're going to, at concerts or whatever, they're going to thermal gun everybody on the way in. You know? Like mass amount of people stuff. Everyone's getting thermal gunned. And they go to secondary thing if they go over like 34 or whatever the fucking temperature is.
Yeah.
Because that's a quick one.
They do that all over now in the mall.
The restaurants, everything.
Restaurants, yeah.
But I'm just thinking, how are we going to go back? Think of all the people like Joe Rogan, the biggest names, fucking Post Malone. These people that are making millions from touring. And now there's all these arenas fucking collecting dust. All that stuff all that money has to kick back up somehow.
They have to generate.
Yeah, whether it's like a whole new live experience where it's like you go to a place, you rent like a room that's 4 people in the room, and it gives you the live show and it hits you with a fan, you know, to shit when he says like, give him the fan now and the smoke.
Maybe
And it just hits you and your boys, smoke.
like an intense VR.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's
actually so.
and like in all separate rooms with groups of up to 6 or some shit like that.
That'd be a good idea.
Well, that's
What else can they do?
yeah, exactly. You're making you're writing lists. What other ideas do you have?
Yeah.
Or maybe I don't know. I don't know if a fucking vaccine is gonna end up coming anytime soon, or one that's gonna be able to be used. Who knows?
Someone's like, they're gonna chip us, and I'm like, damn it, you're right.
But God, man, honestly,
They're gonna chip us, man.
well, I mean, if they chip us, they're already gathering all our information from. Bro, you have Amazon Prime, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're already chipped. Amazon. What people don't understand, I think, is Amazon Prime was that thing. I think that is the final thing. Google and Amazon Prime. Whatever we're afraid of, like in the future, they'll be able to blah, blah. That's already here with Amazon Prime and Google. Those two things collectively pretty much know everything.
Everything.
For like the first world. Google probably for even second, third world. Google like everything. But buying and your email, your talk, your conversations with people, all of your business communication, all of your business stuff, all of your website stuff, all of your financial stuff is also tied with Amazon, and all of your home living choices. Your whole life is there, bro.
Yeah. I was actually gonna get fully set up with Alexa.
But I got Alexa
Yeah.
and I unplugged it.
No way.
Yeah, I unplugged it.
Sometimes you gotta unplug.
Because I find out it's always on.
Yeah.
It's always recording.
Always recording.
I'm like, one day something's going to happen here and this is going to be used. They're going to like reference that file because it's going to a thing. Like a conversation, something. Let's say I said I didn't do something and like legally my lawyer was all set to make, and I did do it, you know? And my lawyer was good to be like,
Murked.
yeah, there's no proof, right? And then this shit comes about and you're just fucked. It can't be denied. You know? They voice signature your voice so they confirm it's your voice.
Oh.
And the location, the IP, and your address. It's like undeniable. I'm just afraid of that type of shit. I keep it unplugged, bro. It's upstairs.
Yeah, I bought one. It's just I haven't set it up at the new place. But yeah, I want to set it up. I'll probably unplug it like now and then. You know, because it's always...
You never will. That's the problem, though. If you actually use it, because it's very helpful.
That's
Yo,
what I
Alexa,
wanted.
what's the weather? Alexa, play this on Spotify.
Yes.
Alexa, that. Alexa,
schedule
this.
this.
Everything. It'll tell you everything.
Reminder.
But it was more like I was more afraid. I was like, because then if the power is out or if I'm on vacation or something and I don't have this fucking thing, the phone is already the thing that has everything. And if I don't have my phone, I don't even know one phone number.
Yeah.
With Alexa, we're going one level past that where you don't even know how to do things anymore.
Yo, that's the future, yo. It's going to all be voice activated stuff.
I mean, yeah, but still. I'm just I want to be prepared and comfortable with all natural scenario of having no electronics. I don't want that to be like a shock. Like, yo, the phone just died.
There should be like...
You know what I mean? Like, that's a fear, like, where you don't know where you are because you never fucking looked at the map. You're just following the thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like, all those things, sometimes, like, my battery's about to die. I realize I didn't even look at anything. I just typed in the address, clicked directions, clicked start. I didn't care about the route. I didn't care about anything. I was just looking for the step-by-step. You know what I mean?
For real. No, I do that too.
Now we don't even know where you are. You just know it'll give you step-by-step.
Maps.
Yeah. It's going to a weird place, bro. And I didn't even watch The Social Dilemma. You know? I can tell it's more of this shit.
Yeah, it's a lot more of this shit. It's weird because like how if you Google something... depending on your IP address, depending on like what country, where you're from, it'll give you a different answer. That's what I was saying. Like if you put, if you put in, for example, if you put in they gave the example of climate change. What a climate change is, and then it'll be like fake, is real, is the most important thing. All these different answers depending on like who you
your
are,
geography,
where you live, geography, your demographic.
That's crazy.
Your connects. So now
they funnel you into a certain type of thinking.
Yeah, and they predict your movements so that they can, you know, basically
strengthen their algorithm.
Strengthen their algorithm, sell to you better, you know? They can predict your movements, future movements so that they can line up, you know, better line up their ads, their sales, whatever.
How often have you ever had this where you're just talking to somebody about something and you open up your phone and Google's blasting you with ads for it?
Yeah.
You just were talking about it.
Yeah, often. That's normal now.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, what the fuck?
Now. Yeah.
They never were just like, yo, by the way, it's recording. I don't have an okay Siri. I don't have that. I have no setting that says, yo, okay Siri, and then like activate. I have to press the button to hold Siri. How the fuck is Google getting access to my audio when the phone's not even on? When I can't even actuate Siri on this iPhone? You know, it's just weird. Was the phone already on? Was Google? I don't know.
We like literally sign away our life. We press accept. I accept.
On the fucking 18 pages.
Any apps that we download.
Have you ever told yourself, you know, I'm actually gonna read the user agreement this time? You go 2 pages in.
Accept.
You know what they do? They put a little bit on each page, just so they always give you the total page number. The total page number is always like 86 or 35 or some huge number. You're like, there's no way I'm gonna fucking look at all this shit. They turn you off of it from the get go.
Yeah, they know us better than we do. It's kind of like we're in the Matrix. This is the Matrix.
I totally believe
life is the Matrix, and they reference the Matrix as well in Social Dilemma. It's crazy.
I was one time on Dundas here near Bathurst, and I looked to my left. I'm at a light, and there's just some like, you know, some insane dude, right? Some mental health case. He's just at the side of a store, and he's just sitting there, and he's saying, let's say, like, what? It didn't happen. What? It didn't happen. And he kept saying it the same way. And I'm like, man, if I was in a simulation, that's a dude who's glitching right now.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he was saying it the exact same way over and over. I'm like, if that's a dude who's glitching, if this is a simulation,
This is a Matrix
that guy
right
is
now.
literally glitching right now. That's what mental health is. It's literally the simulation's glitching. Damn. You know, that's what depression is. Depression is like some of your programs all fucked up. They need to do this defragmentation. Right? You know,
They need to
reset. Yeah, exactly. Clear up that RAM. I'm gonna watch this Social Dilemma tonight, bro.
Yeah.
I'm hungry for and there's once enough people have been like, you see Social Dilemma? I'm like, okay, fuck, I guess I'll watch it.
Yeah, I
This
know.
keeps coming up in combo.
Everybody kept doing that to me, and then I'm like, all right, I'll watch it.
We're in that world. We're more of the there's people who are chronically absorbing content.
That's
and I
why-
think we're on like the lesser end of it because we just create, throw in, hang around, respond to comments, chill a little bit, and we're out.
But we're definitely used, you know?
Oh, without a
to
doubt.
get
Sorry, come on.
No. We're definitely used as tools to, get users to stay on the app as long as possible. So
It's like everything. The huge corporation is the one like that's benefiting the most, but the creators within it are trying to build something. We're trying to get a little piece of the pie
Little bit.
that we can take regardless of the app. Wherever this app ends up, we need a little piece to take out of it to whatever the next thing is, right? Because I just don't see TikTok being around in like 5-10 years. I just don't. TikTok itself is a trendy app, and what it showcases is trends. Its very existence is a trend, right? And I'm not saying it's gone in a year or two. People like you and me, we're going to adapt wherever.
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, right? That's why I'm saying I fear another one coming out. Because I'm just putting in my claws into the shit now. Like YouTube, I'm working hard on and shit like that.
Yeah.
The last thing I need is another one to be like, fuck.
What's your least favorite platform?
Facebook.
Same.
Oh, Facebook. That new look on Facebook, by the way, fuck you. The fact that I can't turn that off, fuck you. What the fuck is with that thing? It's bubbles and it's so much going on.
Yeah.
As soon as Facebook made this new change, and I feel like an old geezer,
Little geezer, yeah.
I never wanted to leave Facebook more. Every time there's a thing saying 9+, and it's summarizing so many things that don't need to be summarized together. It's like someone shared in the marketplace, someone liked your thing, and a thing you liked got commented on. I'm like, why the fuck are you giving me updates about that 3 random? I don't care about any of those things.
Yeah, Facebook has got to be my
Garbage. Facebook is garbage.
I hate it.
And YouTube is the one that like YouTube is the one I want to. YouTube is it's like a father who just won't love you. YouTube is the one I want to make love me so bad. I'm putting in time. I'm like, look, I cleaned up. Look,
I freaking hate
and
YouTube.
I get nothing. YouTube is every now and then they'll
I
be like,
hate YouTube.
good
so
video.
much. I love
You know?
YouTube, but I hate YouTube because just there's so much work.
it just goes into the abyss. And it's the most involved. You create the video, 30 minutes to bring this file onto your computer. You edit it. Hours to export. 2 hours to upload to YouTube. You got to tag it. You got to put the end. You got to put a thumbnail.
description and
Description.
and then drive traffic to it.
And then it does nothing. It's just lackluster. You're like, fuck.
Yeah.
YouTube, man. 10 years ago imagine getting into YouTube. Imagine our TikTok was YouTube. That's how it is. Because I would have much rather that 10 years ago, like get on YouTube when it was like TikTok like last year or right now.
They were making a lot more then, right? They were like there was less restrictions on YouTube. I'm pretty sure they're making more money.
Way more restrictions now. Way more restrictions now.
Yeah.
To demonetize you. You can still push it on there, but it's just to demonetize you. But it's like, it's just so hard to make a footprint on there. So hard. I'm shocked.
The abyss.
But we're trying,
We're out here.
This whole ship is going to turn around sooner or later. Okay. I see it happening. Sooner or later, you hit that point of the snowball when you roll in the base of the snowman, that big one. You start with a ball and then you go, and then when it's like this big, the packing snow eats. and it just starts becomes effortlessly bigger.
Compounds.
That's the turning point, you know?
Yeah.
I'm hoping I'm not too far from there.
Yeah, man.
One can only hope.
Same. It's crazy.
But until then, we're going to keep doing the immigrant section. We're going to keep bringing you these conversations to tell you just which ethnicities we hate the most. Because these are the things people need to know, right? Look, I didn't want to say this, but I don't like Mongolians, okay? There, I said it. I don't like No, I'm fucking around, okay? I've literally never met a Mongolian person in my life.
I met a Mongolian and he spoke fluent Hindi. And he sounded Indian.
So you hated him.
No.
Right?
He was so interesting. I was like, what the heck?
Bro, how are you meeting all the guys who speak the other language? You guys are like all hanging out together. Oh, okay, just real quick. That's Falafel. He's Korean, speaks Arabic.
This guy.
That's Taco Steve. He's
Taco
fucking
Steve.
Finnish, but speaks Mexican, Spanish. You like
was
Misfits or some shit.
This was at a telemarketing place, but it was a help desk for what was
Ethnically confused.
No, it was for like Verifone, the touch screens they're hooked up to.
The VoIP?
No, like gas stations they're hooked up to a computer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like if anything goes wrong, the pumps are down, they call us, right?
Gotcha. Okay.
That's so bare Indians.
Yeah.
Indians. Then I'm like, oh, this guy looks Asian. Okay, he looks kind of like Mongolian. As soon as he opens his mouth, I was like, whoa, man. Just straight Indian English, you know?
Oh, like he grew up in India.
Yeah.
It's like, hello, my name is... What was his name?
I don't know.
Hello, my name is Genghis Khan.
Yeah.
We're all pretty much named that. He says that.
He had like the thickest accent. But
bro, that guy... Did he come in on horseback and just fucking hit someone with archery? Bro, man, I read this thing all about Genghis Khan. Now I feel like the Mongols are just ready, you know?
They're pushing back against China.
China's fucking with Mongolians right now?
Yeah, they're trying to make it like a state language, Mandarin only language or something like. They're trying to limit the Mongolian language or learning in school.
They're trying to do some Chinese shit.
They're trying to do some Chinese shit.
Yeah, right.
You know they are.
Typical China, man. They don't change, bro.
Straight up.
Well, fuck, man. We're coming. Let's land this thing, bro. I want to tell the people where to find you, but I think...
Falafel Kimchi, my Instagram, FALAFEL.kimchi, KIMCHI, Falafel Kimchi across all platforms.
Find them always in the description. From my end, if you're in London, October 8th, come check out the Callback Comedy Show. Wherever you're listening, just press follow, subscribe, all that shit. Tell your friends about the Immigrant Section. Appreciate y'all so much. Until next time, peace.
Peace.